Hey ladies, welcome back to Married Let's Talk. This is your very own Rashida Omalade Sule. Our topic today is going to be real nice and sweet, but it's going to be longer than usual because it's going to be a series. Now, this topic is making your marriage a great marriage. How to make your marriage a great marriage. Um, there's a lot of ways of making your marriage a great marriage. And the first one is you knowing who you are. Who are you? I have several videos that talked about, finding out who you are as a person, as a wife, as a mother, as a friend. Know who you are. And then know your role as a wife. What is your role as a wife? And what is the role of your husband? So, like I said, that this is going to be a series. So it may go into like 3 or 4 videos that I'll be making because it's really, really dear to my heart. And I feel that a good marriage is what makes a good home. And having a good home, will help our society to build stronger children, to build children who are able to rule the country later on in life. You know, because children that do come from a broken marriage, we see the result of that every single day. So I pray that this topic that we're treating today will be able to be a blessing to you as it has been for me. So my first thing is knowing who you are. And the second thing is, what is your role as a wife? What is your role as a mother? Your husband knowing his role as a husband. So I'm gonna read. What is it? First Corinthians. I'm gonna read that because God created marriage. If you're married and God is not the center of your marriage, I don't know how that marriage is gonna last because He created marriage. So He knows exactly what makes a great marriage. So I'm going to go into reading 1 Corinthians 7 because people were asking Paul like about this marriage thing. And let me tell you what Paul said. So it's 1 Corinthians 7. Paul says, "Now I will answer the questions that you ask in your letter." You ask, is it best for people not to marry? Well, having your own husband or wife should keep you from doing something immoral. Husbands and wives should be fair with each other about having sex. A wife belongs to her husband instead of to himself, and a husband belongs to his wife instead of to herself. So don't refuse sex to each other unless you agree not to spend time, or unless you agree to have sex for a little while in order to spend time in prayer. Then Satan won't be able to tempt you because your lack of self-control. Okay? In my opinion, he says, that is what should be done, though I don't know of anything the Lord said about this matter. I wish that all of you were like me, but God has given different gifts to each of us, meaning that not everybody can be without sex. Not everybody can be without a companion. Okay? Some people can. Not everybody's going to be married. Some people can be without a companion. So he says, here is my advice for people who have never been married and for widows. You should stay single just as he is, but if you don't have enough self-control, then go ahead and get married. After all, it is better to marry than to burn with desire. I instruct married couples to stay together. And this is exactly what the Lord himself taught. A wife who leaves her husband should either stay single or go back to her husband. And a husband should not leave his wife. A husband should not leave his wife. So everything that we're asking when it comes to marriage is in the Bible. The other day I was listening to Pastor Dennis, and he was talking about, the Bible really having given us good examples of what a great marriage is like, because there were so many, like Abraham, well, we know what's going on in the world right now, and things like that. But does not mean that we can't do better. We can do better. So my thing is, know yourself, know who you are. After knowing who you are, know your role as a wife. After that, what is the man's role? And that's a question that I'm posing to you.